send this work over to the Elamites, I'll have to rephrase the request.
Is there a request from the academia?
Teamwork is dreamwork!
As one with wind and cloud!
Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power of Gwa.
Into the wind!
Ring cutter!
Let's finish this, swiftly.
The wind knows me.
An impressive bounty.
At your command.
Let's get this show on the road. It is as the stars. Shadows of fate! Overruled!
Brings a smile to my face. Time to go.
The threads of your fate lie in my hands. I created another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl, am the prince.
Thank you for Ad Astra.
I created another universe and founded paradise.
Silly.
May the glory of the Prinzessin bring light to this world.
Must have iron stomachs. Should I save this money?
Error.
Not yet.
I hear the voice of fate, speaking my name in humble supplication.
Should I save this money or invest it?
For justice. There you are.
Another free!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Let me leave you a verse. Everybody stand back!
Picked the wrong test subject.
There you are. Overruled. No, my sword.
Into the wind!
Teamwork is dreamwork. Rain cutter.
As one with wind and cloud! The wind knows me.
Are you? Transfixed. Go in.
Clouds high, the birds call!
Witness the power of Gugwa. Rain outline.
No escape!
Let me amuse you.
Picked the
Are you here to play with me?
One with nature!
Body and mind. Rain outlines your fate. No, my sword. Rain, over here. Everybody stand back.
As one with wind and cloud! Into the wind!
picked the wrong test subject.
There you are. Teamwork is dreamwork. Witness the power of Gugwa.
The wind knows me.
You can come out now. We found your hat.
You did? Oh, Archon, you just...
Wait, so you're not actually bald? You've got such a full head of hair, too.
I mean, I told you that there had been a misunderstanding. This has nothing to do with my hair. Wait, this isn't my hat.
Well, we got you a new one. We tried really hard to look for your hat, but...
Ah, I see. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful, but unfortunately, there's just something special about my hat.
Does it have some kind of sentimental value?
But, sorry, I can't explain at the moment. Time's tight, well, so I suppose I'll keep looking for a while.
If you're looking for a hat, I just picked one up over here. Is it yours?
Your Grace!
Oh, hey, Risley! It's been a while.
Well, it's a slow day today, so I decided to go for a little stroll. Even if your workspace isn't cramped, it's still good to get some air. I'll say I'm not at all surprised to find the two of you here. You never could turn down someone's request for help.
It's what good adventurers do, after all.
Is that so? Maybe I should consider asking the Adventurers Guild to open a branch here. As I recall, these hats are very important to members of the Beret Society. Best you avoid misplacing it again, You might not have the same luck next time.
Understood. Thank you. Then I'll be off.
What a strange guy. Why did he care so much about his hat? Oh, and has he done something wrong? When he saw you, it was as if he'd seen a ghost.
Oh, not at all. In fact, members of the Beret Society are model prisoners. They work hard and never get into trouble. They've saved me a lot of work, in fact. As for him, I'd guess he's just more of an introvert. It's not unusual for the more shy prisoners to freak out when I show up unannounced.
Huh? Shy? There are prisoners who are...
Prisoners are still people, after all. There are as many crimes and motives as there are stars in the sky. The idea of the criminal as a selfish, heartless brute is just a stereotype. Such labels could never capture the complexity of even a single individual person. What kind of a person a prisoner may be and why they've committed a crime, we'd never know these things if they don't share their story with us.
Huh. You've got a point. Anyway, it's all good as long as it makes sense to you.
Although most of the societies here will just turn in, the Beret Society does appear to be an exception. If you have some time, why don't we grab something at the Coupon Cafeteria? And if you're still interested in the Berets after that, I can take you to their usual gathering places.
Paimon's not the biggest fan of that cafeteria.
All right then, please follow me.
Welcome, Your Grace, and the Traveler. Would you like 3 orders of today's welfare meal? Unfortunately, we weren't informed of your visit in advance, so we didn't prepare any super deluxe welfare meals today.
I'll pass on the food, then. What about you?
Then Paimon will also pass. Paimon will save her stomach for something better.
What a pity. It would seem that none of us can properly appreciate your skills, Walsey.
Then I must beg Your Grace to find me some more ingredients, so I can come up with some more welfare meal recipes. If you're not in the mood to eat, I can get you some drinks. We just got some great shipments in from above.
Yes, please? Huh. Paimon didn't know you could get non-welfare stuff at this place.
It's not for everyone. Think of it as a special treat for Viet.
Oh, now that's what Paimon likes to hear.
2 bottles coming right up.
Our first meeting took place on short notice. I'm actually quite fond of stories, you know. Of course, the others have already told me a lot about your deeds in Fontaine, but...
Whoa, that'd be quite the long story.
Impressive. Not all who possess the courage to risk their life for their ideals also have the strength to make it out unscathed. Had you not possessed these remarkable qualities, I probably wouldn't have had the chance to make your acquaintance in the first place.
Paimon gets the sense that you're trying to flatter us. That guy we talked to earlier was obviously trying to get us to put in a good word for him, but you're the Duke, right? Why would you need to get on our good side?
Well, after all, you did help the fortress and I maintain our autonomy. Is it so strange that I would want to give a few words of praise out of genuine admiration? So this is a matter of trust. Which is unfortunate, since I don't have nearly as interesting of a story to offer about. I was convicted and sent here at an early age. I only became the top dog after spending a long time figuring out its inner workings. Power and control come in many forms, some fair, and so, what do you think? Didn't put you much more at ease, now did it?
Kinda. You're really different from most of the people we've met so far.
I'm perfectly aware of that too, but even so, that doesn't make me think any less of you. I would very much like to maintain friendly relations with you two.
Your Grace, after following, they were extremely well hidden, and we've confirmed that the senders have been using this method to smuggle goods for a while.
Got it. Leave the box.
Yes, Your Grace.
Sorry, I'd almost completely forgotten about this.
She mentioned something about contraband.
Not necessarily. The term is just applied to things people want to bring in on the sly. Many people here are experts at pulling rabbits out of the most ordinary hat. Now, what do we have here? It's more or less what I expected.
Whoa, this is certainly a box of curiosities. Mora, snacks, yarn, balls, ropes, mechanical parts, and even a gem! Wait, if you've confiscated this entire box, then does that mean all of this belongs to you now?
Yep. We can't just send them back up now, can we?
What? But that's just insane profit! Traveler, why don't you become a duke as well? Paimon will be your vault keeper!
Jokes aside, I didn't know you'd be so interested in this box. How about this then? You can pick anything you want from it. Consider it a gift from me.
Really? You'll let Paimon pick anything? No take-backs. Paimon will have you know that she's got a real good eye for treasure.
I never joke about things like this.
Alright, Paimon's gonna have a look. Paimon wants this one. This dark, sparkly gem. Actually, never mind. Paimon doesn't want this gem anymore. Can Paimon pick something else instead? There's something weird about Paimon couldn't even tune them out. It's as if the gem was just drawing them out of Paimon's brain. It was super spooky.
Is that so? Let me give it a try. Paimon's right. I too experienced some unpleasant flashbacks. Are you sure? I wouldn't exactly call it fun. Fair enough. Go ahead. I don't think it'll...
Are you okay, Traveler? You also saw something, right?
I'll take this gem then and run a thorough investigation on its properties. Paimon, feel free to pick something else.
Then... actually, never mind. Paimon's gonna pass.
You do have a point. In that case, we should destroy the entire box. Seems like we're almost done with our drinks, too. Let's go check out the Society's gathering place, then. I can introduce you, and we can also continue our conversation while we're at it.
Wait, are you this free every...
Just noticed? I wasn't exactly busy the first time we met, either.
We are honored by your visit, Your Grace. All of us at the Society have been waiting for your arrival. Are these your two guests?
Mm-hmm. Let me introduce you to them. Traveler, this is Dugier, the head of... Members can find all sorts of drinks and snacks here, as well as a large variety of books and other resources. Every once in a while, the Society will also host activities and seminars, which are always well attended.
You flatter me, Your Grace. All we did was set up an organization in the same way as you would in the world above. It's so easy to feel lonely and helpless when you arrive here for the first time. I remember that feeling all too well. None of us knew anything about this place then, after all. But that's when the thought came. Thus, it was with your help.
Oh, so you were also involved?
My part in this was minimal. I'm sure you have a very good sense of what this place is about, but the Society is a great place for those who wish to turn things around.
Exactly right. Here, we keep an eye on each other and remind each other of our goals. Everyone can focus on rehabilitating our mental states and even make many new friends. Our operations are entirely funded by members' donated goods and credit coupons. Same for the things you can see here.
Who knew you could find such a place in the Fortress of Mirapede? Oh, right, and what's the deal with the hat?
There's nothing deep about it. I just felt like we needed some kind of visible identifier. If our members felt joy and pride from being a part of this group, then the hats would become a point of pride for them as well. And when we're together, we will feel a sense of community from seeing optimism, community, hard...
In other words, that hat has come to represent something like a model citizen, which also helps them recruit new members.
Once again, you are exactly right, Your Grace. That's a part of our goal as well. I'll ask the members to get us some drinks. Please, wait here just one moment. Feel free to look around, too, if you want to learn more about us.
Oh, right. What happened to your slow day, Risley?
Seems like I shouldn't underestimate an adventurer's keen sense of observation. I'll bear that in mind the next time I need to do something low-key. Kidding, of course. We're just discussing some small matters. It shouldn't take long. We've also already gone over the organization's vision. Instead of listening...
Why does Paimon feel like he didn't answer the question at all? Well, yeah, they're supposed to be like the model prisoner.
Welcome to our gathering place. Is there...
Oh, it's okay. We're just taking a look around.
Well, that's not a bad comparison. It is my job to explain our amenities and... I'm sure Mr. Dugier has already explained some of it, but allow me to fill you... Besides this space, which our members use to rest and relax, we also have an entertainment room, a fitness room, and a self-study room. These rooms are open to all of our members. We want everyone to be able to use their free time to the fullest.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Do you have a restaurant too? If you did, you also wouldn't have to eat at the big cafeteria anymore.
Unfortunately, we don't. For matters like that, we still have to rely on His Grace. We started a collaboration with the cafeteria a while back, though.
Yeah, Paimon can definitely see how it'd be easier to live your life if you had all this support.
Yep, and that's exactly why Mr. Dugier founded the Society. We all think we made the correct choice to join him.
Hey, what are you doing over here?
Oh, hello. You are guests of the Duke, are you not? We've got some classics. Yeah, most of them are writing diaries or autobiographies on their time in the Some quit drinking. Some learned to tailor. Some became real good at calligraphy. And we find it kind of funny. You see, had we managed to stay above ground, none of us would have ever had the time to learn any of those skills.
It's because you all have a lot more free time now.
Not only that, but we've also now got the mental space to think about taking on new things. Before we came here, we were constantly exhausted just trying to live. With how the Duke and Mr. Dugier have organized our lives down here, though. You never know what you may be good at until you give it a try. And while you're here, no matter what you do, you won't get judged for it.
So this is something like a...
Yeah, That's exactly right. After all, and that's it. I just
Don't worry,
Hey, you there, newbie!
hello?
Yep, I'm talking to you. Now, why don't you follow my lead and take a deep breath before letting everything out? Ha! That's how I pump myself up every day. A lot of my friends have found it super useful too. With one shout, you can release all the fatigue, resentment, and unpleasantness from your lungs and return to the day with all the optimism in the world. Why don't you also give it a try, huh?
Paimons!
Feeling shy? That's alright. Just remember to take a deep breath and let it all...
Alright, we've talked to everybody. That would explain why ride... Huh. It looks like they're starting to wrap up their conversation as well.
Of course, Your Grace. I will attend to those matters right away.
Okay, then I don't have anything else to add. Oh, you're back. What did you think about this play? Now, note that your opinion will also affect my review of Dugier and the society as a whole.
Oh, wait, I didn't know they were also a part of the evaluation process. It's all right with me, though. I'm pretty confident about our growth and activity.
Paimon thinks it's pretty good. Don't think anyone expected you to get a society going here of all places.
Yeah, you're right. By themselves, our resources probably don't feel like much.
The prisoners here all have very different personalities, and our needs are like violent beasts. If we can't face them properly, they'll grow restless, but if we can placate them, they lose their fangs, and they can even be converted into fuel for far nobler pursuits. Which is why, in my opinion, learning to reconcile with oneself is the first step on the path to redemption.
You've hit the nail on the head, Your Grace. Before I founded the Society, I had met too many people who could not come to terms with themselves. And I'm sure that a part of your support is rooted in your desire to help those people find their way.
And Paimon thought everyone was enjoying life just fine, working and fighting.
Of course, that lifestyle is more than enough for some.
Speaking of fighting, I'm not sure if you knew this, but even His Grace sometimes fights in the ring.
What? You fight in the ring too? Wearing those high-tech boxing...
Oh, I almost never need them.
Hey, isn't that the guy who lost his hat? What's wrong? Did you forget about us already?
Are you feeling all right? You are looking a little pale.
No, I'm fine. Thank you for helping me get my hat. I'm sorry, but...
He's still as weird as before. Paimon's kind of used to it by now, though.
Dugier, do you know what's up with him?
I'm also not too sure about that. As far as I recall, he's always been a little strange. After all, it's my responsibility as the leader to...
We'll leave him to you then. Where were we before we got sidetracked? Oh, right, about that. You might have thought that I was joking, but in a place like that, everyone will use everything in their power to win. And when emotions run high, things often spiral out of control. That would be when I need to pull out my gloves to maintain order. Sometimes you might need more than just gloves as well. This pair of handcuffs has also come in handy quite a number of times. Oops.
Oh, isn't that awful gem? You're still carrying it with you?
Yeah, I kept it on me because of its special qualities. It won't affect me as long as I don't let it come into contact with my skin.
Go on, you guys. Pick up the item for His Grace, would you?
Yes, right away.
That gem shines with quite the dazzling light.
It still looks good to me. Say, Dugier, have you ever seen a...
Never, Your Grace. Don't...
I guess that's fair. We've already gone over
Got it, Your Grace. Take care, everyone. I'll take you to the exit. Traveler? Paimon, it was an honor.
Paimon doesn't think we made any plans for the rest of the day.
Well, what's your opinion of the society now that you've...
Paimon thinks it's pretty chill. Weren't you complimenting? Paimon doesn't remember exactly what you said, but there's only one potential problem. If the society does too good a job managing and rehabilitating its members, you may be soon out of a job.
That is certainly a possibility. But at this point in time, they're still reducing my workload by managing and rehabilitating prisoners in my stead. I wanted to see just how much they've managed to accomplish, and also get a sense of Dugier's plans for... I arranged for a meeting out of curiosity, but then
Dissonance?
I'm sure the Traveler has sensed it too. As expected, you also picked up. The whole truth is a bit complicated, so I'll explain everything to you. I had hoped to take care of it in secret, but now confrontation may no longer be avoidable. It's hard to predict what might happen next. Why don't you take this opportunity to check back on the gathering place? Just tell them you left something of yours there by accident. If my hypothesis is correct, Dugier should already have left. And with his watchful eye removed, you may well get a very different reception from the members.
Can't you just tell us exactly what to expect?
I'm just following the most popular playbook in Fontaine. Investigate. It's been so long since I got to watch a performance at Opera Epiclese that I've even begun to miss it. I'll explain everything to you later, but right now we need to seize this opportunity. Find out what you can.
What should we do?
It's just as Risley said. Seems like Dugier is no longer here. You said you felt there was something off about this place, right? So let's see. Paimon will do her best to help.
Wait, you guys...
We're really sorry. We just
Oh, okay.
Nobody? It's okay. There's no need to be nervous. It's not like we lost a whole bag. We'll just look for it ourselves if none of you caught a
I'll go find Mr. Dugier.
No need. We're just looking for something. Why does he have to know? We can look around for it. Hey, hello?
Hello? How can I help you? The Beret Society offers a variety of resources and...
You don't know any?
Sorry, that's not what I meant. It's just... There's nothing...
Hey!
What do you want?
Isn't this how you greeted us earlier? Take a deep breath.
Oh yeah, that's right. You sure are a fast learner. I ate something earlier, so I'm falling into a bit of a food coma, and I mean, not everyone. You're looking for something, you said? I didn't see it, but
Are you still organizing the bookshelves?
Yeah, and... I'm sorry. But you can't check out the books right now.
We weren't thinking about that to begin with, but weren't you super friendly?
Sorry.
Okay, Paimon sees what you...
You really can't check them out.
Seems like they really don't want to talk to us, so let's just head back.
Oh, you're back. How were things at their headquarters?
It was as if they had all turned into completely different people.
That would prove my... The dissonance I mentioned earlier was precisely that fleeting moment of fear behind the cheerful facade.
Right. He was acting super scared too when we saw him at the gathering place. Actually, hasn't he just been acting super paranoid since we first met?
And that's precisely why I took his hat.
Oh, so the one who's... It was you all along?
It's because I wanted to figure out what's really going on. I don't believe any of Dugier's talk about unstable mental state. Not too long. Dugier made very elaborate preparations for my visit.
Okay, but if you think something's wrong, why don't you just take the whole society into custody? Aren't you the Duke? You can do whatever you want in this place.
Well, maybe you're actually a better fit for the position than I am. Just give me the word and I'll hand you the cuffs. In all seriousness, however, cuffs and the like should be used sparingly. They're mostly for show. Everything I do is on display. The way people see me act determines the kind of world I can create down here. And I've always striven to appear fair and reasonable to the people.
That sounds a bit deep. Paimon's not sure she got all of it.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. I have to lead by example if I want to maintain. And that's why even though Dugier had already let a few things slip, I didn't want to turn on it.
Alright, so you're saying Dugier has figured out some way to control the members of his society, and even though the members are acting all optimistic and motivated, it's all just a show.
Indeed. He certainly seems to be using some coercive methods to turn his members into the most upbeat and motivated group of people you've ever seen. I have some faith, though, that some of the members understood the hint I gave during The line has been set, and it's quite likely that a fish will bite.
Fish?
Let's give them some time. My guards will need it to finish their invest. You can find me in my office when the time comes.
Hey, don't just leave before you've It's finally evening. Risley's probably wrapped up his investigation. Paimon has no idea what that guy's thinking. Let's just go find him and ask him what he's really up to.
Oh, here you are. Did you manage to land a lucky pull on the welfare meals tonight?
Let's just get straight to the point. Has anything else happened with the society?
Patience, Paimon. Even as the situation continues to brew, we still need to make sense of what we learned so far, and I'm actually still thinking about the first thing that came to my mind when I noticed something amiss. Namely, why didn't anyone come to me about it?
Oh, that's a good point. Could whatever they're afraid of be so powerful that even...
But even if such a thing existed, how could they be so sure without checking with me first? It'd be one thing if it was just 1 or 2 people, but it seems like everyone's convinced that I won't be able to help. Which leads me to believe that it's more likely that they think I just wouldn't care to help them. Yes, something like that. Dugier must have told them something to make them think I won't take their side, so it became imperative for me to refute that and prove my true stance. Of course, I had originally planned to do this in a more covert way, but I had to. There was no way to keep our investigation a secret after that.
That makes sense. Wait, then does that mean it was...
The last thing that guy wanted was for Dugier to find out that he'd lost it. He would have never brought the matter up on his own. But now, not only has Dugier found out that he'd lost his hat, he's also realized that that likely set his internal alarms off all at once. Yes, that's the conclusion I came to as well. It's the only thing that could explain if we didn't act right then and there, Dugier would probably come up with some other way to hide the truth and we'd be back to square one. So after giving the matter some thought, I tossed that black gem onto the ground. I must say, I was pretty
so you did that on purpose?
Yes, that's right. Of course, that box was discovered as part of our investigation of the Society from the very beginning. I had no way to know if any of the members had actually seen the gem before, but since I had to do something right, and I said back there that I had no idea what the gem represented, that should have been enough to let people know that it's still early days for my investigation. And since I was traveling with you, heroes who have never turned a blind eye to evil and injustice, they would also understand that we're here to help, rather than to tolerate or uphold the status quo.
You used us as a part of your plan too!
My apologies. There was no time and quite a lot to explain, but I can assure you that I've now told you. Of course, you're under no obligation. Would you be willing to lend me your support?
But Paimon's still mad at you!
You have my thanks. Now, there are still 2. I've examined one before. There was nothing. The other is the true purpose of the black gem. We haven't been able to get anything out of anyone with actual knowledge of it. It's my hope that a brave fish will take my bait, and I'll put some music on while we wait.
Excuse me, Your Grace, but may I come in? I'm afraid that someone's been following...
Please, do.
I apologize for my lack of composure. Yes, my lover Fasol told me all about you. Please, help us, Your Grace. He's in...
Slow down, take a...
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I will try. I think I should start from when you saw Fasol last.
You mean when we saw him at the gathering place?
Yes, he fled immediately, but many members are hot on his heels. Thankfully, he still managed to meet up with me and explain everything that had happened. Now that he's lost Dugier's trust, what awaits him is agony.
Censure?
Censure is Dugier's method of establishing control, as well as the thing we all fear the most. Rather than listening to me explain what it is, Your Grace. Every secret may be found within...
Here you are. I was wondering. Please excuse us, Your Grace. She rambles often, has hallucinations. It may be best to dismiss her babbling.
I don't recall hearing a knock or giving permission for you to come in.
Oh, my apologies. I merely did not wish for Your Grace to be alarmed. Had I not been so focused on recovering her, I would have followed.
Like we'd believe you.
Please, there's no need to be upset. It's only natural to want to side with the poor sick girl, but
Well then, what if the reasonable man wants to hear the lunatic out?
That would be perfectly fine with me. Oh, and just so you know, we've also found the missing Mr. Fasal. I had no idea why he was so upset about losing his hat. Thankfully, he has already returned to his senses. We've brought him back to our place, so there's no need.
I'm sorry, Your Grace.
This is what you're afraid of, correct? You can tell.
I've never seen that thing in my life.
Your Grace, I don't think there's any...
It's all right, Elise. As long as you tell me what it is that you're terrified of, no matter what it is, it will no longer be able to hurt you. I swear this on mine.
Your Grace! Forget it. I'll keep my mouth shut.
I'm sorry, Your Grace, but I really don't...
But what?
In that case, Avis and I will be off. Once again...
Miss Avis, please show me your head. That is an order. There's nothing there.
Your Grace, I know you have long tired of my work. The Society has never caused trouble for... Why are you doing everything in your power to prove our guilt? I'll do anything for you, as long as you give me the word.
Your words bore me. You know the consequences if I find you to be lying.
Everything that I do for the Fortress of Meripede. But Your Grace... All right, Avis.
Just what's up with that guy? He makes... We should have shown him his place.
Sooner or later, all will pay the price for their arrogance. He must have been well prepared for this exact scenario, or he wouldn't have dared to be so openly hostile. The entire society are his hostages. His subordinates would definitely react if he were taken into custody. And that's why he dared to bare his fangs right in front of me. The true secret of the society is neat. Dugier probably knew this from the very beginning. However, if we were to look at the rules, it would also seem like the head has to be the place where they're keeping all of their secrets.
Yeah, none of this makes sense to Paimon either. What are the...
The hats are definitely being used to hide a secret, but there's nothing wrong with the hats themselves. But if there's nothing on her head, why did Avis feel the need to remove her hat? From the way Dugier acted, he must have known from the beginning that we wouldn't be able to find any evidence. I can't seem to make a connection here.
I have an idea, but...
Huh? What is it? Tell Paimon about it!
You mean this thing? So, she handed a key piece of evidence over to us without Dugier note. That would mean that Avis didn't stay silent out of fear. She stayed silent because she'd already given up. Let me take a look. I managed to remove this from the hair clip. It's long, slender, and conical, is hollow on the inside, and looks something like a cross between a nail and a thorn.
Paimon's...
Let's see.
Hey, what are you doing? Wait, some kind of... And some of it has been absorbed by this thorny-looking thing.
You've probably heard before that water is filled with the strongest emotions of humanity. With that in mind, this liquid is probably a highly concentrated solution.
Oh, so that's why even touching it will make you remember...
Dugier would be able to censure others. I can only imagine how it would feel to have this directly injected into your brain. The moment it hits you would be like being flooded with all the terrors you've... Agony, desolation, and an over...
So, was the hat meant to cover up their wounds?
That might not even be all. Let's go get them right away. We can't let Dugier escape.
Your Grace, we have taken the Society members into custody. They all tried to flee just a little while ago, as if they had We decided to forestall their plan, and were just about to send the word when you unexpectedly—
Great work, everyone.
You had prepared for something like this
I had them stay here to keep an eye on things, so I'm glad that my intuition— Perform a thorough search of the Society's headquarters and bring all—
Understood, Your Grace.
Now, let's check on them. As expected, they all have a hollow thorn inserted into a wound on their head.
Ooh! Paimon's glad her eyesight isn't so good that she can see it from here. Paimon's gonna float away for a bit.
They probably left it there as a lasting reminder of Dugier's censure. These people must have had to endure an unimaginable amount of pain. Let's go check out the other areas, too.
Hey, come here. Have a look at this. This is a book. The colors of the covers are completely different, though. Yeah.
Look at what I found. This is a surveillance port. With this, Dugier would be able to remotely monitor everything that's happening at the gathering. So even if Dugier's not there in person, he'll still always have eyes. Indeed. It's easy to become lost and confused when you're given no instruction. And if any action you take, maybe Dugier has already taken.
Your Grace! Your Grace!
What's the matter?
We couldn't find any Society members in the other areas. It also seems like none of the equipment in those rooms were ever used. All the signs of wear and tear are fake. The limescale, the layers of dust. They were all deliberate. We also investigated the members' residences and weren't able to find anything. Their neighbors all say that they haven't returned home for ages.
Oh.
They're gone? That could only mean...
Indeed. As long as he allowed Society members to mingle with others, even with threats of censure, Dugier knew that he couldn't stop all of his members from speaking. Meanwhile, this marvelous gathering place will lose all of its value as soon as a whistleblower sounds the alarm. So instead of being his real base, this is just an elaborate performance. And only the most—
But then, where can we
Let me think. Dugier must be holding all the rest of his members in another place. He must be in Dugier's pocket. I'm of the same mind. Let's go.
Did that person flee here?
That's the most likely scenario to me. He's probably already caught. Let's keep heading down. We should be on the right track. Let's go. We can... after them!
That's right. Run!
Did Dugier send you? Why did you attack that guard?
Come on! It's time to talk! Can't you see that?
I will take your cooperation into consideration when it comes time to hand out.
Mr. Dugier, he didn't want this guy to expose our true location. We were just about to dispose of him when you caught up.
So, in other words, your headquarters should be this way.
Yes, it's just down this way. You'll make it there once you've seen him pass through a lot.
Guards, take them away. Let's go. It's about time that we find...
There's so much space down here.
Yeah, these are all former work areas. They've been left abandoned. There are usually guards on patrol here. It would seem that... Stay sharp. He's got a ton of surprises waiting for us, I'm sure.
Rain outlines your fate. Rain Cutter!
Into the wind. For more, please.
Hey, are you okay?
You're safe now.
Who knew that there'd be Gardamex here?
And that would explain the strange decommission requests I received, as well as account for all the Gardamex that had mysteriously gone. Seems like he's prepared for...
Hey, what's this?
Seems like some kind of handbook. Let me see. This should be the Society's real rules book. It lists all the rules that they're expected to follow. Members are not permitted to speak to each other or to leave without formal permission. 5 members shall form a group, and the whole group will be punished for any single member's wrongdoings. Anyone who reports a fellow member's misbehavior shall be rewarded with food and water. I see.
But that's just...
To obtain food and water, prisoners are forced to snitch on others, and in the process cause pain to those around them. To avoid punishment, they learn to stop talking with one another. This leaves the wounds they've already received to fester, however. And so resentment builds until every prisoner has become an island. Finally, isolated and without hope, they accept their fate as Dugier's slaves. Do you remember what happened to Paimon? She rejected all the snacks in the box once she was spooked by that black gem. She's usually all for tasty snacks, but she chose to go against her instincts after a negative.
Ugh, is that the best example you could...
No, your decision was valid. The human heart is like a rat. Those who use fear to lead others astray must pay for that crime. If I'm not mistaken, the space ahead should be the central area of this place. But the door's been... Rather than confront Dugier, I think it's more important right now for us to rescue... You guys should wait here. We'll try to open the door and check out some other spot.
Open the door. Forget it. Paimon's just gonna do some trial and error. Whoa! It's turning! Is it because we touched this thing? Look, the other side's open! Let's go.
Let's begin.
The wind knows me.
Have a safe trip.
A moment, please.
Witness the power of Gugwa! Huh?
Let's begin.
Wind Strider! Stay cool and face your guilt!
It's so high! We're not gonna have to climb all the way up, are we?
Activate the mechanism in front of us first, just like before. Let's see if that changes anything.
So that's how we'll make it to the top.
Rain outlines your fate.
One with nature. A moment, please.
These should be the prison cells. Lots of empty cells in here.
Let's still rescue the ones who got... Hey, it's alright.
No, I won't try to leave anymore. So close to me. I don't want any...
No, we're not gonna do that.
We won't be able to get through to her right now. Not with the stress. I'd also guess there are many others here who are more or less like her. Let's let the guards...
The door's open. Huh. Maybe it's His Grace. I'll go take a look.
I leave this area to you. Make sure...
Understood. And please take care as well.
Let's go back. That mechanism from the first room. Maybe we'll also need to hold it in place using the same device to open the door that leads to the central... Don't forget to bring these along.
I must confess to being furious. To think that there are still some of you who find it permissible to spit upon our rule. Remember their names. Fasal and Avis. And today you will see with your own eyes. Go on, Avis. Pierce his skull with the thorn in your hands, and then push in the Aqua Dolores. Of course, you will do one drop at a time. Let it do its magic again, and don't stop until you've pushed all of it in.
Thistle.
It's okay. I'll...
Oh, shut your wretched mouths! When did I give you? My rules are the paramount law of this place. Only more pain will come to those who dare to disobey.
That's enough, Dugier. Your rabid screams have been beyond nauseating.
Is that...
Oh, Risley. I knew you would come. Must you still refuse to let me be? Did I not spell everything out for you already? What's so blasphemous about sharing a slice of the cake with me when you've already got the entire fortress at your feet?
It would seem that you can't see the difference between sharing and looting. And on top of that, look at your people. Are they not starving as you wolf down your cake?
You. Stop acting all high and mighty like some hero of justice! Have you forgotten? Nobody in this blasted fortress is innocent. We are all irredeemable monsters who have destroyed something that others held dear. What's so wrong about punishing those who deserve to be punished? And please, are you really gonna tell me that you care about their lives and well-being when you just need a supply of labor to keep this place running?
Sadly, you're wrong on both counts. Unlike you, I've never The fortress is not only a place for confinement, but also a place for just as people are free to give in to the darkness within their heart. They may have made mistakes, but they are still human beings with people and things that they cherish. And most importantly, they should always retain the freedom to choose their own path once they've reflected on their past misdeeds. But you're destroying their spirits with fear, taking their freedom away so that they'll become slaves who will never again feel or think. And you say that's what they've always deserved? You are nothing compared to them.
He's really mad.
You think me arrogant, Risley. Well, I think you're too young, and nobody actually sees this fortress as any kind of just a wonderful place. See it for what it is. No prisoner will listen to you out of gratitude of their hearts. The whip is the only way to make them obey. Had you been just one step slower, I would have already taken control of all the garden mechs in this place. Your vision gives you strength. But how long will it hold against these powerful
You talk big, but in the end, you know nothing outside of power and control. In that case, let me...
No, my sword! Let me weave you a verse.
Clouds high. The birds come. The wind knows her.
Rain outlines your fate.
This could get a little chilly.
If you think fear can control everything, well then, terrify me.
Don't high road me. You're just another crook. And it's time you got treated like one.
What's the matter? Too scared to shoot straight?
I'm warning you! Unauthorized punishment and torture are prohibited here. As the Duke, you should set an example.
Funny how that slipped my mind. Well, from this point on, you can forget about that rule. The rules of the fortress are there to keep the likes of you in check. But if the Duke wants somebody dead, he needs no justification. Understood?
Sorry for taking so long. Did I keep you waiting?
No, not at all. Paimon didn't know you were so considerate.
If you ask me, I'd say I actually feel very helpless. There's no way that I could truly empathize with the fear that the members felt every day. I could comfort and compensate them all I want, but it might still not be enough to repair the damage that has been done. I have to take responsibility for it, as does the fortress. Yeah.
So, do you have a plan for how you're gonna deal with him?
Oh, Dugier? For now, I think I'll do...
Huh? What?
I think it's a very fitting punishment for him to have to imagine the sorts of punishments that will soon be coming his way. He'll be left in the dark with regards to both the dates and the details of his punishment. Of course, that's not to say that I'll be letting him off scot-free. It's not often that I actually get the chance to be creative with my punishment. I'm going to talk to the members of the society. He'll get a chance to experience everything that he's ever inflicted on them.
Paimon didn't know you could also be so harsh. Looks like she should watch her tongue when she's around you in the future.
Why do you think I'd do that kind of thing to you? You offend me, Paimon. Anyway, jokes aside, thank you so much for all of your help. How about this? I'll treat you to a meal in 2 days at the Coupon Cafeteria. We should have a better handle on things by then.
No, Paimon's had enough of that place.
Don't worry, it won't be the same old welfare meal. I'll make the necessary arrangements.
Oh, then you've got your...
Ah, you're here.
Paimon never forgets about meals. Even if the traveler forgets, Paimon will remind him for sure. That's not what Paimon meant at all. Risley, you got what Paimon meant, right?
I'm a little confused, actually.
Hey, not you too!
Jokes aside, I've got some good news. After taking a look, the doctors have let me know that it shouldn't be too difficult to extract the thorns, which means that everyone should be able to recover after a period of rest. As for their mental recoveries, most are making good progress as well. We've added a few who were more severely affected to a special observation.
You sure got everything taken care of, Risley.
I try my best. After all, it's my duty to take care of everything that happens within my territory. Please, go ahead. Ah, that's a bit of a long story. I once had a similar experience. It had to do with the host family I lived with as a child. I was an orphan, adopted by a couple with a great deal of love. Once we were older, Mom and Dad would turn us over to be individually adopted by families of greater means, and go on to adopt more young children. They were perfect parents. Or so I thought.
And then?
And then, I found out we were merely raised as livestock. Once we had reached a certain age, our parents, all children that were sold would leave the house, and nobody would know what became of them. As for those who didn't sell, they were merely disposed of. Did you know I once considered myself an extremely lucky child? And all of my friends, all of my siblings, they all felt this way as well. I was also not the first to find out about the truth. All those who found out before me were I could never shake the feeling of irony every time I juxtaposed their tragic ends against our parents' adoring smiles. Yes, like the society, my parents created a facade of joy, lied to satiate their desires. They did all of that, but never considered how their actions would utterly ruin all the children they took under their wing. Worse, but I did. So in the end, I killed them and set all of the remaining children free. I was convicted for my crimes and exiled to the fortress of Meripede.
Ah!
My methods were extreme, yes, but I was still a teenager at the time. I'd been betrayed by those I trusted most. And my doubt and helpless anger pushed me forward until I got what I deserved. It's all right. You don't have to tell me what you think. I've already committed to this path, regardless of what anyone may say about it. The least I can do is to make sure that the same tragedy will not happen again in my new home.
Sorry to disturb you, everyone.
Oh, it's a Vis and Fasol! Are you two feeling better yet?
It was all because you arrived in time. I managed to...
We came here on impulse today, because we were hoping that you'd be able to lend us a hand.
Please, go on right ahead. I'll do my best to help. Within reason, of course.
It's... I'd like...
You're getting married?
Yeah! We met each other through the society and both fell into... But even during our time there, we never doubted each other. We always believed, and after this incident, we've come to believe that we've found the one for the rest of our lives.
You could say we managed to make the best out of a bad situation. He didn't abandon me, and I didn't forsake him either. But we're still both prisoners. And we also aren't sure if the fortress is... So we are just wondering, is our request a bit too out of line?
You're right in that the fortress has never hosted a wedding before. But that's no reason to say no, is it? I'll help you make the arrangements.
We can't we are actually also planning to stay here after the conclusion.
Yeah, we've already made tons of special memories here. And we have full confidence in the fortress's future with you at the helm.
Your trust is the highest form of...
Hey, loosen up a bit! Shouldn't you be the happiest man in Teyvat to hear that people would like to stay of their own free will?
Yeah. I'll always take a genuine expression of faith over any obligation.
Grab yourself a welfare meal.
It's been a while since we last saw Neverlet. Paimon wonders what he's been up to. Paimon has so many questions about his true identity. Let's go talk to him and find out.
My best friend to 20. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body in Harvard above me.